What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the podcast. No, it's Johnny. It feels weird calling it on site now.
It does.
And I know I've been talking. I know it's kind of we start the same way most of the time, and it's like I remember before we kind of started adding music, it was such bare bones the first couple of weeks, and we're starting to inch closer and closer to a year of doing these. This is episode 41, and that's crazy. 41 times. 41 episodes in. And
I mean, you've been here all 41. I probably.
yeah, pretty much. But it was like we gotten some more.
I mean, it's your podcast. Why wouldn't you be here?
I mean, that's very true. But I feel it's gonna eventually. I'm gonna have to just stop dropping the episode number. But I gotta keep a mental checklist of like, because let's say it's like episode 157 or something. It's like,
but there's some podcasts that do that.
no, I understand that, and sometimes it doesn't really matter. It's just a number for an episode. I feel it doesn't feel as weird if you're talking about anime and stuff, because animes sometimes go for, like Naruto, for example, has well over like 800 episodes or something like that. And yeah, it feels vibrant in this room. I'm getting a good vibe. I feel I have a sense of joy in the last couple of days. I think it's just because spring is almost on the horizon, and I don't know, I guess the way the room's set up, it's like you got sunlight coming in and stuff. It's a nice, it feels like a Sunday, you know.
Sundays are nasty.
No, they're not. If anything, Mondays are. Sundays are for you to get ready for the week, and that's what we got to talk about. We got the All-Star weekend, well, All-Star festivities today. We'll dive into that a little bit while we talk a little bit more about some miscellaneous stuff and just some banter and whatnot. I know, Johnny, what you got going on in your life? Besides being home.
Outside of that, there's nothing. I've been playing a lot of Dying Light in preparation for the second one that's coming out. What, next month?
You getting it?
I hope so.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Somebody pays for it.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Like, broke. I'm joking.
But yeah, hopefully it does come out next week. Well, not next week, next month.
No, it's not even next month. It's
May, right?
Yeah,
so
I got a lot of games I'll be looking forward to drop. I know I got MLB on my radar. I guess Dying Light 2 for just to see if it does drop in May like it says it's going to.
I just hope it's good.
There's this game called The Day Before that released a trailer.
I watched the trailer. That was the corniest trailer I've ever seen. The gameplay looked cool, but the talking.
No. But people made fun of how bad it was. Like, people don't talk like that. People ain't gonna be like
gamer audio. Just like
no. They did that just I feel to make fun of the fact that they weren't doing real authentic gameplay. But those of you who don't know what The Day Before is about, it's like The Division, post-apocalyptic.
Not everybody's gonna know what The Division is either.
No, but it's kind of, you're in a post-apocalyptic world with zombies and it's a virus and all this other stuff. It's kind of like, think of what people have been paranoid about when it comes to this vaccine, and then I guess put it into a game. You have to be really touchy about certain games like that, you know, or certain concepts. But yeah, I guess it's not all bad. It gets me excited for I guess games ahead. I mean, shoot, who knows how long we're going to be in this for. How much longer? I hope the days are numbered where stuff begins to go back to normal, because I do have thoughts and ideas of where I want to take the direction of this podcast, and even take the direction of where my footstep or my footprint in media begins to go, you know?
Yeah.
As the beat begins to pick up. It's like,
It sounds like some Joey Badass.
I can't spit nothing on this beat. You know, I've already told you that. But yeah, because I want to try different formats and stuff and be able to try to expand it a little bit more. This is just the beginning. I've already told you that.
This is a perfect song to be talking about the beginning.
Yeah, the beginning, and I do like this part. And who knows if it's gonna sound the same on the.
Yeah. They're probably gonna be like, "What are they listening?
What are they talking about?" But just to change. But pretty much before we start changing gears, just to cap off on it, it's like this is only the beginning of what I'm trying to do, and I'm just glad that you've been willing and happy to come on the show as much as you have. So I commend you for that.
Man, you put such a concerted effort into building all of this stuff.
I really wish I can upload more, and I feel I'm gonna have to eventually. And I think the more time I can put into this, the more I can get out of it for sure. Especially when going to school for this and stuff. So that's just my way of thinking. I need to kind of put myself out there more, even if the world's kind of trying to keep people in. So that's just my way of thinking. And hopefully this summer can kind of have big things in store. But anyways, enough with dwelling and deep diving into the future. Let's talk about right now. All-Star game. Who do you have winning? LeBron. Team LeBron or Team Durant?
LeBron.
And from my understanding, Joel Embiid and Simmons aren't in. Zion's going to be the starter because
something with their barber got COVID. And
that's just tough. But it's kind of shallow when it comes for NBA stuff right now because you got All-Star Day instead of All-Star Weekend.
What happened to D-Book?
I believe he's nursing an injury, so he's not participating. But it's like all that stuff, all that talk about why isn't Devin Booker an All-Star, all this. All right, he's going to be an All-Star. He gets hurt and he can't play. I'm like, bruh. And I don't know if they'll still list him as an All-Star.
I think they will.
That's usually how it is. It's like, some people don't get this. But the fact that Simmons and Embiid aren't going to be there, I don't know if Simmons was an All-Star, was he?
I don't know.
Because I didn't see the full roster. But let's say he is. So, I mean, hopefully DeRozan gets a call. I know the dunk contest is going to be weird because I believe it's 2 less competitors than there would usually be. Mm-hmm. It's Anthony Simons, that Stanley,
Cassius Stanley,
Obi Toppin. Who do you think is winning?
Probably Anthony Simons.
What, you just going wild card? Because
no, Anthony Simons, if you've ever seen,
I feel it would be somebody who on a NBA Pick'em thing where you can kind of win some money. I picked Cassius Stanley. Just I'm like, I don't know, dude.
It's a 1 out of 3 chance.
The last time there was kind of not really well-known players in the dunk contest, that Indiana Pacer won, and that was Glenn Robinson. So I was like, yeah, what, you know.
And that was a good dunk contest too.
Yeah, but it was like, again, there wasn't really mainstays or any big names in there. It was like you got Dennis, Derek Jones Jr.
Jones, yeah.
You had Glenn Robinson the third, and then who else did you have in there? Maybe wasn't Drummond a part of that? Maybe that was the biggest name.
I thought it was.
Or DeAndre Jordan or something.
Oh, I'm thinking when PG was in. Never mind. I don't really know.
But
I just remember it being a good.
But since we were on the dunk contest, I know you probably haven't seen too many. But who do you believe to be maybe the nastiest dunk you've ever seen?
Like live. In the contest or just
no, either in a contest or just let's do live and then in the dunk contest.
Okay, so the nastiest dunk I saw live was probably Jason Tatum on LeBron.
But
that was live though. I think the best dunk I've ever seen was what was it? That's a tough question. Do you have the nastiest dunk you've seen live?
Live was LeBron on Nurkic.
That was
in 2018. That was maybe the fastest dunk I've ever seen. The quickest and most ferocious dunk I've ever seen. That was something I was like I kind of never dropped my jaw or been like, oh crap, man's got dunked on until then. I'm like, oh crap, man's got dunked on. And maybe the craziest dunk I've ever seen was obviously Vince Carter dunking over homeboy in the Olympics. So
Frederick Weiss.
I didn't even know the guy's name.
That's just something.
That was disrespectful, but it was more like, how the hell are you gonna say it? Dude jumped over you.
If John Morant had dunked on
John Morant could have cleared Kevin Love, but I don't think he was prepared for K-Love not to jump. I guess I knew K-Love was about to get
he said he would have retired had he
should retire right now. To be honest with you, I love Kevin Love, and he's
just obsolete right now.
No, it's good what he's doing for the game when it comes to mental health and stuff, along with DeMar, and kind of making that an issue or bringing that issue to light.
Yeah,
but the dude's averaging 9 points, and he's not even playing. And the Cavaliers, they signed the wrong guy out of the big three. They should have traded him as soon as they signed that contract. Traded him to Portland. Portland probably could have used him a lot more effectively anyway, because they can't. He's not even the number one player on his team anymore. And I don't even think he was really ever that number one guy, even when LeBron left.
He was.
He should have got traded as soon as Kyrie and LeBron left. And, yeah, he just outstayed his welcome. And, yeah, dude, I don't even know if he goes to a different situation, it would just be better off for him. So now the Cavs are in a bad spot. You trade him, you're probably not going to get anything good for him. And if you release him, you're kind of just conceding the fact that it was a kind of a bad choice to sign him that long. Because he was already, I believe he was about to turn 30 anyway. And, yeah, it kind of sucks because he kind of had a Hall of Fame worthy career to that point before he got to Cleveland. Then he won a championship. So it was like, yeah, but then now it's at the point he's not even going back to Kevin Love of Minnesota where he was averaging like 26 points a game.
That.
So people say that stuff like that's empty stats and whatnot. And just even talking about Kevin Love, it's like I feel he should just retire. Like it's not even like when he should just end it, bro.
But going back to
still love Kevin Love though.
Yeah, going back to the nastiest dunk I've ever seen.
Yeah,
Paul George on Birdman.
Oh, no.
That was disgusting.
Like all time, like you've ever seen.
It's definitely. I would have to think
it doesn't even have to be
more.
the greatest dunk of all time.
But that was probably
like one you would be like,
dunks.
holy crap!
I literally, that wasn't live. I remember seeing it like 2 days later, and I was on some website. I don't know. And all I see is him drive past LeBron. As soon as I seen Birdman step up, this man was on the ground. That's the only dunk. Well, not the only, but that was one of the dunks where I literally covered my mouth. It was like,
I remember people saying because if whoever wins the dunk contest is kind of like the talk of the league for a while. When the dunk contest and All-Star Weekend was kind of normal, and even up to a few years ago. There will be the talk of the league for a few days, even talk of All-Star Weekend. But then after the fact, it's like, what do you do now with that newfound popularity? So, like Aaron Gordon, when he came in second place, everybody was saying, when he faced up against Zach LaVine, everybody was saying he should have won this, like he should have won that. And dude, this was kind of like, it was going to be the way to catapult him to not superstardom, but at least to be a recognizable face. He's still somewhat of a recognizable face, but he's not very good.
He's not good.
And but look at Zach LaVine. I feel if the NBA can do, if these young players, because now it's kind of going more and more instead of like the more established players not wanting to do it. So you're never going to see a Giannis in the dunk contest. You're never going to see maybe even Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum, guys like that. Like just those established stars, Bradley Beal, all those guys. They're not going to be in the dunk contest.
Isn't Brad in the three-point contest?
I believe so. But yeah, see, they'll be much more inclined to do a three-point contest, but not the dunk contest. So, but taking Zach LaVine into account, he went in and he wasn't really an established name or anything like that. But then he goes to Chicago. He's already had the slam dunk championship under his belt, and dude's putting up Bradley Beal kind of numbers on a middle of the pack Chicago Bulls team. So
that's being generous.
No, but my point is, if established NBA stars are going to do it, hopefully these young guys can kind of use that as a way to catapult their careers. That's kind of where the athletic guys go to kind of make a name for themselves and show like, hey, I'm athletic and I'm going to put on a show.
Anthony Simons, I feel like he just hasn't been given a proper role because he's playing for the Trailblazers right now, and I think he's their backup.
Let's just say he's the backup shooting guard or something.
And I don't think he's been getting a lot of minutes this year, but man's can jump out of the gym.
I mean, he got a 72 driving dunk on 2K.
Disrespect.
But that's the thing. I would never want to take into account.
Yeah, 2K
because that's kind of their 2K's view of players. They don't get any sort of background knowledge of it or anything like that, you know. Yeah. So, but who do you got for the 3-point contest? Who do you think's winning?
Jaylen Brown.
You think Jaylen?
I would say Curry's in it.
I feel Steph. Like I saw Steph warming up for it and stuff, but
not Steph Curry.
Yeah, it's Steph Curry. I just don't believe. I don't want to bet against that, but it's also kind of like.
Yeah, so he's only won one out of the 4 he's been.
I mean, he lost to his other Splash brother, but I mean, Clay is more a standstill. I wouldn't even say Clay's more of a standstill 3-point shooter. Yeah, I feel he's better on catch and shoot threes than Steph is, but talking about it, like I would think Jaylen. I remember the polls were like Curry, Luka, somebody else, and then any other player. I picked any other player because I think somebody can upset those guys. And
wait, is Luka in it?
Yeah, I think Luka's in the skills challenge as well. I think Luka may win the skills challenge, but I just don't. It's either him or it's going to be. I believe Tatum's in the skills challenge again this year. Actually,
hopefully he doesn't have to shoot another half-court shot.
I mean,
he made it, but like that's the last. Like,
remember the last time Jason Tatum won the skills challenge? That going on to end that year, we lose to the Bucks in 5.
Yeah, that was tough.
But I mean, hey, second half of the season. And talking about since first half of the season is pretty much in the books. Who do you have as your MVP right now?
Killer Embiid.
Embiid?
Yeah.
I don't remember what your prediction was for the MVP at the beginning of the year. I remember I said Luka. And do I stand pat? No. Because the Mavericks have kind of wavered a little bit.
Sluggish.
Porzingis, like I was over here thinking Luka kind of had the story and kind of had that momentum going into it, but also it's kind of like now I think more and more I'm kind of leaning towards LeBron to win. Like Embiid could win, but also I don't think anybody's going to vote for Giannis because and like voting fatigue. I feel LeBron has a good story behind him. Depending on how the Sixers play, most likely Embiid as well. And also Dame. If Dame can kind of put on a show for where the Trailblazers are maybe the top half of the seed in the West, then Dame has a case because Dame is that dude, and I feel he should win an MVP one year. Hopefully within the next few, but also it was the same thing I was talking
at the time.
I wouldn't even say that, but yeah, he's already 30, 31 or something, which is crazy to me. But dude's still putting up numbers like it's nothing, so it seems age is not going to affect him at all. But I would think LeBron. It just depends how the Lakers play. Maybe in the second half of the year. It all depends. It all comes down to but right now, I guess I would say LeBron or Embiid too. Yeah. So, yeah, and then I would say all the other guys that would settle themselves when it comes to Defensive Player of the Year and stuff. I feel Embiid may win that. Who do you have for Rookie of the Year as of right now? I would say LaMelo. I'll have to give him props.
Yeah, he's been playing really well.
And then you got Michael Jordan's seal of approval.
I mean, if you play for the Hornets and MJ picked you up in the draft, you immediately have MJ seal of approval. Like, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist probably has that.
It's very odd when it comes to Charlotte's situation because right now they have 3 point guards.
Devontae Graham's back in seed already. He's getting pushed out of the rotation.
It's Graham, LaMelo, and Terry. Plus,
he's easily the worst out of those 3. And I'm not saying he's horrible.
No, Graham just needs a different situation.
Yeah, they need to.
Quite honestly, they could. I feel the Knicks would probably try to slide in and get him because if any team needs kind of a good guard play, it's the Knicks. Even though they have Quickly and Barrett and stuff, but they need more point guard.
I'm not gonna lie. Last year, he played good, but no one really pays attention to the fact that he shot like awful. He was a
young up and coming player, so you can't really. And Kemba just left.
Yeah, you can't blame him. But
I don't think he was an all-star, but I think he made it to the not the skills challenge, Team USA versus the world.
The Rising Stars.
Yeah, the Rising Stars
challenge.
Wasn't he? I believe so.
He didn't play good.
And it kind of sucks because I get more excited watching the Rising Stars challenge or the Rising Stars game than watching the All-Star game itself. At least in recent years,
they're actually trying.
Yeah, because those guys want to put on they have a balance of actually trying and putting on a show. Yeah. And that's what I find is fun because you guys are when it comes to the All-Star game, you guys are the best players in the world.
This All-Stars game is going to be a little bit like.
I don't know how the format's going to be. I don't know if it's going to be how it was last year.
They definitely need to make a score limit. The thing is, you can't
expect these guys to play like that the entire time.
But at the end, I remember last year where AD ended on a free throw.
Yeah, you can't do that.
You can't do that. You can't make all that build up just to end it on a free throw.
Yeah, it needs to be like if LeBron ended it with that deep 3 at the logo, that would have been perfect. But then you can't say you can't call no fouls there. But also, it's kind of more.
I feel like if in that case a free throw should take away a point from the But at the same time, who would you take it away from?
No, because somebody's gonna be like, "Hey, yo, you can't take my point."
Yeah.
I would say no. I would say whoever committed the foul. But if they have points, but the problem is like,
Yeah, that's just shaky.
No. But the thing is, when it comes to, I feel they would be able to. I feel other people would be able to solve it a little bit.
No, you probably wouldn't even need to have to take anybody's points.
No, I understand that, but also it's kind of look weird. It's like, hey, wait a minute. But then you're gonna have to add a whole new stat to the box score. Stats removed from free throws or something, or points removed off of free throws, So
yeah, but you wouldn't have to like spend that much time on it.
No, I understand that, but it's just
it's confusing.
It would be weird. Yeah. It would be weird. I would say, crap. I'm trying to figure out. I don't know. I don't know how they could really take care of it.
We'll see what they do.
I believe what it was it would just get 2 points or something like that. If it were to happen, if you fouled, they would just get 2 points. But then that's the case. I would say a team would have to win by 3 or something, but it's always weird. But I mean, we're talking about the last possession of an All-Star game, So it's an NBA championship or anything like that. And yeah, so I guess we just gotta wait and see how the All-Star game looks tonight. And those of y'all NBA fans who are crying because it's not gonna be basketball until maybe Tuesday because of the All-Star weekend, rejoice because, we got second half of basketball, and this is when stuff really starts picking up because it's kind of, all right, you see where your team's at. Trading deadline's going to come up soon. Hopefully my Celtics can make a move and all that. You're fully
Anthony Grant, welcome to the team.
You're fully Celtics decked out. You're just decked out in Celtics gear. You just look like that one player who would never get any minutes, so he just never bothered. Like, he's listed as available, but you're not wearing street clothes, but you're not going to get in the game, so you just have everything on.
Look at that one dude at the gym that pulls up with the warm-ups and is mad lazy but can jump out the gym.
I mean, but you can't jump.
I can't. I could jump pretty high. I'm just not dunking or anything like that. You're not gonna catch me catching lobs and nothing like that.
Yeah. So, All-Star weekend.
Woo!
We'll just
place
leave
your bets.
We'll just leave it at that. But just kind of push basketball a little bit to the side. Did you listen to Drake's package of Scary
I heard
Hours
What's
2?
Next. I didn't listen to it entirely, but that's the only song I heard.
Did you like it?
It was cool. It wasn't bad.
I know he referenced Kanye in one of his things. I think it was because he was referencing the beef that I guess they had, and he said, I guess he was saying that there's no beef on his side anymore. He doesn't know where Kanye's at. And I can just imagine all the unreleased tracks that certain artists have with each other that they were still yet to do anything with. When it comes to Drake's Scary Hours 2, I believe if I remember correctly, he dropped Scary Hours, I think maybe a few months before he dropped Scorpion. And Scorpion I believe was pretty good. I don't want to say it was anything like his best stuff, but Scorpion, it lived up,
It was mid, in my opinion.
No, I like the Non-Stop, and there was a couple songs on there I liked.
No, there was a couple good songs.
Non-Stop, I don't...
people think I don't like Drake because he's a radio guy.
You mean too mainstream?
Yeah, but I've listened to a lot of Drake's
He makes
songs.
stuff for pretty much... There's some songs that he makes for mainstream, and there's other songs that he makes for...
I've listened to most of his albums. He's just... I wouldn't listen to Drake.
Yeah. I mean, if Drake's not... There's some artists I don't really are too big of fans of, but I sometimes, if they have some new stuff, I'm like, hey, why not? I'll listen.
That's exactly how I am with Drake.
I know that on March 26th, Rod Wave is dropping an album. You probably already heard from that certain someone. Yeah. And I'm not going to say I dislike Rod Wave, because that's not the case. I just don't listen to him nearly as much to kind of
y'all gotta chill at the fat jokes, right?
Dude was on a damn stage where the stage collapsed and whatnot. I know it's not his fault, but it's come on, you're doing it
and now he tests the stage every time he goes on, bro.
Dude is maybe a year older or 2 years older than me, and this dude's huge. It's not to say that dude can't rap, because the dude's doing well for himself, shit, and he's that big, and look what he's doing. I'm just saying, bro, you that big, not you that big, you're that big when it comes to popularity-wise, and you got all that money with you, bro. It's it's a lot easier to go to the nearest burger place and get a sandwich than go to the gym with all that money.
I'm spending my money on food.
But yeah, Scary Hours 2 with Drake. I didn't mind it. I liked most of it. I liked, I guess, 2 out of 3 songs. I guess. I would say I wouldn't even say I disliked any of them, but it's just like I want.
What was your least favorite?
That's the thing. I don't think I really disliked any of them.
No.
I guess.
You said 2 out of 3, so I assume.
I guess the one with Rick Ross I liked, and then What's Next. Rick Ross.
Rick Ross is.
I don't know, but Rick Ross is an OG, so it's.
Yeah, he is an OG. Right?
When it comes to, it's at the point now. I want him to just drop the damn album already.
Wait, who? Rick?
Drake, yeah. I want Drake to drop his stuff. I want J. Cole to drop his stuff. But the thing is, because I heard Earth Gang. You know Earth Gang, right?
Everybody knows Earth Gang.
No, people be disrespecting Earth Gang. But anyways, I really do mess with Earth Gang. Earth Gang, they said that they were supposed to be dropping an album the same day that J. Cole was supposed to be dropping an album. So I'm over here like, really? Because I like Earth Gang and I love J. Cole.
Jid needs to drop something too.
You said Jid?
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing when it comes to Dreamville. I don't think Jid is. I think he dropped a single with Denzel recently, and what was it? I remember Denzel made a bar that him and Jid were kind of like Sub-Zero and Scorpion. I guess they're bitter rivals, but like they're like good friends, and I don't know. It was something weird like that. But a joint album with Denzel Curry and Jid, I would love very much, please.
Denzel Curry is that.
He's the guy. He's that guy.
That guy.
I know Denzel. He can drop the mic when it comes to having solo stuff. When it comes to his solo albums and stuff, I know he's been doing a lot of things with Kenny Beats recently, and whether it's a feature, whether it's a solo album,
Kenny Beats was slept on, in my opinion.
I mean, shoot,
he's not a rapper.
I don't know who was carrying who, but I feel somebody was carrying somebody else in that joint album he did with Denzel Curry.
What do you mean?
Because Kenny Beats, yeah, he makes the beats, but you know how people say Metro Boomin carried an album. I remember when the album he dropped with Not All Heroes Wear Capes, people were saying, how the hell did Metro Boomin carry his own album without saying a word? No, because sometimes the beats make a song 10 times better, and sometimes
whoever
the lyrics.
Makes Smoke Perp's beats better, like we appreciate you. I don't listen to Smoke Perp.
I don't listen to Smoke Perp.
But like the music I have heard, that dude is ass. But your beats are
no. But there's just some. I don't know whoever be producing Drake stuff. I don't know if it is Metro Boomin all the time. I don't think it's Metro Boomin.
I'm surprised Drake doesn't produce his own stuff. I'm pretty sure he does sometimes.
But no. Maybe sometimes, but there's be certain guys. Whoever's producing Kendrick stuff, whoever's producing Drake and J. Cole stuff, dude. Like, y'all, you need a raise. So like that's just. It's fun. It's fun to listen to new music and whatnot.
And I've seen, like when I've been at the studio, producers. There's like a certain amount of like beats don't just make themselves, obviously. Like you gotta find that fine tune in it, and you gotta make sure it's catchy and whatnot. Wait, go ahead.
No, but when it comes to, I just want new music, man. I mean, for the frequent rotation, I did Beach Ballin' with Black Bear, and it was Young Pinch.
I don't know.
I feel it's good. It gave you a vibe because he's talking about beach life and stuff. And where it kind of sounds, I wouldn't even say it sounds silly because he's from Surf City, California. I forget what part of California that actually is. But all I know, it's nicknamed Surf City. Mm-hmm. So he's talking about beach life and whatnot. And it was put together. I put that and Drake's Scary Hours 2 together with it because I forgot to do it last week. So, but yeah, I just like listening, being able to discover new artists and stuff because it gives me, for my catalog, well, everybody kind of has their own catalog, even if it's a digital one like Spotify, Apple Music, and whatnot. They're able to expand it, and you'll be able to listen to more guys, and it kind of helps you be able to listen to more people, and it means more songs in your playlist that you like listening to, and you're not listening to the same old stuff every day. And I find it crazy when it comes to the end of the year stuff with Spotify too, where you're listening. I believe I listened last year to like 80,000 hours or minutes worth of music.
I listened to more music when I was in school, to be honest with you, because I always have my headphones.
I won't even say that because I have Spotify with the P5 playing most of the time. I don't make sure it's not overpowering unless I'm just gaming by myself at times. But yeah, but I feel music. I kind of have music on all the time. It was kind of when Cam was on here. He said he would have music on all the time. I feel even if you pay attention a lot, people have music on all the time. I don't. If you're functioning,
if you don't like music, bro, like
no. Music's kind of how it is. Everybody can find their needs. It's kind of making a sandwich. Everybody loves a sandwich because you can make your own damn sandwich, whether it's PB&J, ham and cheese, whatever.
You don't even need to have bread on them.
Yeah, you can have those weird raps and stuff.
You can do whatever you want.
Just like you can listen to whatever music you want. When people listen to country and rock and stuff, that's all fine and dandy. I stick to my hip hop and R&B and rap, so.
I'm a fan of a lot of genres.
No, I'll say everybody like alternative stuff and all that.
I listen to alternative rock a little bit.
And yeah, sometimes you catch yourself listening to a different genre. I remember I was listening to people like Ed Sheeran and stuff, those for the radio kind of artists, and that's like, hey, it's not bad.
Yeah, Ed Sheeran's not bad.
No, I'm not even gonna say it because I have no shame in saying like Ed Sheeran's that dude when it comes to making music.
Music that
his music
lifts your soul. Aloe Black, he hasn't made.
That man knows how to uplift. But speaking of people and artists and stuff, I remember I saw on Instagram that people were trying to cancel Eminem.
You cannot cancel Eminem.
No, but here's the thing about when it comes to canceling somebody like that. It's not gonna happen. It is not gonna happen.
I don't get why people think you can just cancel famous people like they're not still famous.
Yeah, I'm sorry. When it comes to certain people, sometimes it works because their fan base is like, but that doesn't mean they still don't have a fan base. You remember, just to kind of change the tone a little bit, because I'm still going to want to talk about how people try to cancel Eminem for that song he made with Rihanna, where it was like, I forgot how the song goes, but it's
something.
I love the way you. Yeah. I love the way you lie. That's the song, I believe. And he was talking about you're never gonna leave and this, that, and the third. If I know some people are not familiar with NBA YouTube or NBA YouTubers. You remember Lost and Unbound?
Yeah.
Where he was kind of, I don't want to use the term enslaving, but it was more about he was being just truthful when it came to somebody editing his videos and they were paying him for it or paying them for it. So dude put an expose, and then this is when a lot of people stopped messing with Lost and Unbound. I can't really think of anybody more mainstream than that where they get blacklisted, at least off the top of my head right now. But yeah, but the thing with Eminem though, or like Logan Paul, he kind of got canceled because ever since that thing he did in the Suicide Forest. Yeah. And just, I know it's a touchy subject, so I don't want to be distasteful or anything, because no matter what your take is when it comes to that type of topic, you gotta show respect when it comes to something like that. But that's a touchy subject, so I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna even walk down that path a little too much. I'm just saying, it's common sense and just be respectful, and no matter what somebody decides or whatever. And like I said, everybody has their own thing about it. But with Eminem though, they're trying to cancel him for that song. And Eminem was more like he really didn't care. If I don't care what I say and I don't care who it offends, how to face, it would be Eminem.
Yeah.
And I don't care. Eminem's music, it bangs even today. And like I said, even with Eminem's old stuff, I still feel his older stuff is good because he still had something to prove. But even now, it's fine because he's kind of catering. He's kind of like brought it down to earth a little bit when it comes to being disrespectful and dissing people and this, that, and the third. I want Eminem to make a diss track about me. So you dig up stuff that you didn't even know that you knew about yourself. But long story short,
your mom used to work at a Hooters.
It's like, hey, yo. Long story short, it's kind of cancel culture is kind of
stupid.
Cancel culture needs to get canceled when it comes to certain things because it depends on what happens. Because I know a lot of people kind of have that baggage that they aren't proud of and don't want to get brought up to light because they kind of already dealt with the fact. But some people just do that just to try to keep people down and whatnot. But like I said, it's a weird subject and it's I guess there's not enough time for us to kind of deep dive into that. But yeah, All-Star Weekends tonight. You're not going to cancel Eminem, and yeah, video games are fun, and spring is almost here. So smiles on faces, and we all are going places. Hope you guys enjoyed. Remember to support the podcast on IG at OnSitePod. Guys, keep it here. I appreciate it through all the 41-ish weeks of this podcast. I do love you all who do listen to this, and hopefully it means greater things in the future.
Say hello to your mom for me.
What the hell?